much for tuning in. This is now my third video and I'm really excited. Today we get to talk about one of my favorite things in this entire world, one of my favorite subjects that I learned years ago that I've been applying to my life ever since. So I'm really excited to kind of get into that. But as you can probably tell from the title of this video, we are talking about the very much talked about law of attraction. Now I know it was a fad for a long time. It still is. It's really amazing, and I think a lot of people can learn so much from this, and they can gain so much from this that it's something that continuously deserves to be talked about. So I'm really excited to just kind of go through the key steps to manifesting your dream life and just working with the law of attraction energy. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so if you guys haven't watched The Secret or read the book, it came out I believe in 2002. It's super fantastic. I highly suggest it. It definitely is a really good intro to the law of attraction, about what it is, everything that it does, why it works the way that it does. It's really awesome. You can stream it on Netflix. I know almost everybody has Netflix nowadays. I think you can find some of it on YouTube. Really, really good content. I highly suggest it. But I'm going to go through the different steps that it takes to be able to manifest your dream reality. Now, essentially, the law of attraction is exactly what the title sounds. It is a universal law that like attracts like. Basically, the best thing about it being a universal law is that it's literally universal. It's for everybody. It's like the law of gravity, for example. Doesn't just apply to me, but it also applies to my neighbors. I'm not stuck on this ground while the rest of my neighbors float up into space and get to go see the stars and play on the moon and all that fun stuff. It applies to everybody. If you drop an apple, it's gonna hit the ground. If you drop a pen, it's gonna hit the ground. If you drop a cake, it's gonna hit the ground. It's all gonna hit the ground regardless, because it is the universal law of gravity. Now, because the law of attraction is a universal law, it applies to everybody. It applies to the rich, it applies to the poor, it applies to any race. Whoever you are, whatever consciousness you have, the law of attraction applies to you. Now, personally, I really like the law of attraction because I'm a little bit of a control freak. And so it makes me feel like I'm a little bit more in control of my destiny. Going back to what I quoted in a previous video of mine, Gossip Girl, where Blair said, "Destiny is for losers. It's just an excuse to let things happen to you instead of make things happen to you." The law of attraction essentially suggests that you are co-creating your life with the universe. You are in harmony so much with the universe that you can manifest or bring into your reality whatever it is that you want. Now, you can't just kind of sit there and be like, all right, I want a latte, and have it pop in your hand. There are steps that you can take to be able to manifest what it is that you want in your reality actually into your reality. Now, the first step that we'll talk about is desire. You have to be clear on what it is that you actually want. Now, I don't mean like, you know, I kind of want to take a trip to Mexico right now, or I kind of want a new dog right now. It's not a kind of want. You have to get clear on exactly what it is that you do want. On top of that, now the first step I think really is always the hardest step, but on top of being clear on what it is that you want, you also have to be in a place where you're able to accept and receive what it is that you want. You could be trying to attract the man of your dreams, but are you the person that's going to be able to be a good spouse to this person if you attract them into your life? Are you going to be a good partner to them where you are right now if you attract the person of your dreams into your life? Or do you have some growing that you need to do? If you want to manifest a business like myself, I would love to own my own business. If all of a sudden I woke up one morning and this business was just sitting outside in front of me, am I prepared to be able to run that on my own? Do I know everything about the finances? Do I know all the legalities? Do I know everything that I need to know in order to create product? Not necessarily, no, I don't. So you have to put yourself in a place where you're ready to accept and receive that. And that's kind of why desire happens to be the hardest part, because so many people are like, oh yeah, that would be cool, I'd love to do that, but never do anything to get themselves into a place where they could receive that. So it does require personal growth, and it does require personal change in order for you to align your vibration to the vibration that the universe is putting out. Now remember, The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. As humans, we emit a vibration, and the universe receives that vibration and releases the same vibration back down to us. It reciprocates what we give it back to us. So again, you have to make sure that you are aligning yourself with the universe to exactly the vibration that it is of what it is that you want. Low vibrational energies, which includes negativity, negative self-talk, negative thoughts, gossiping. Low vibrational energies are only going to manifest what matches them, which would be low vibrational energies. As you watch The Secret, it'll talk about how worry just attracts more worry. If you're worrying about bills all the time and you worry every time you go out to your mailbox about receiving more bills, all you're gonna receive is bills. But if you walk out to your mailbox expecting to receive checks, then you'll receive checks. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. The next step is setting intentions. Now this one is a very crucial, important step. Just like desire, they're all very crucial and important. But this one, you have to make sure that you're setting clear, concise, and detailed intentions. You can't be like, I guess I'll hit my $1,000 quota at work. Are you gonna sell $1,000 worth of product if you just kind of guess that you're gonna do it? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. So you have to make sure that they're very detailed and concise. Another tip with writing very powerful intentions is write them in the present tense. As you bring them into the present tense, you're now saying, I have this. As you say, I have this, the universe recognizes what you're saying. It recognizes this vibration of, oh, you already have it. If you focus on lack, if you focus on what you don't have, the universe will also recognize that you don't have it and send you more of lack, more of you not having it. So write them in the present tense, speak them in the present tense, read them in the present tense, think about them in the present tense. As you, again, bring it into the present, you're aligning yourself vibrationally with that universe so that it can then bring you these faster. A tip that I have when writing intentions is, it's what they call scripting. And I can do a whole other video on this at a later date, but I really do like scripting. I do it almost every night. And essentially what it is you just kind of take a sheet of paper. I have a whole journal for mine, and you just write exactly how you would like your life to be, but as a journal entry as it's happening. As if it was your day-to-day. You write it down exactly how you want it to be, exactly in that present tense, so that you have that, you can feel those feelings. And we'll kind of go into that a little bit as well here in just a minute. But scripting is really awesome. You can do it once, you can do it often, you can do it every day the way I do it. I like it because it kind of gives me a vision for the future. It lets me kind of think about what it is that I'm writing, if I really want that. It really helps me go back to step number one as well, as I determine on whether or not this is something that I really want, if it's something that I'm really able to receive and accept, if I'm in a place to be able to receive that and accept that. And then as I'm writing it in the present tense, I'm aligning myself with the universe to bring it into my reality. The next step is applying action. I'm sorry, but if you sit on your butt and you don't do anything for your whole life, nothing is ever going to happen for you. I'm sorry. You have to apply yourself a little bit. This also goes back to step number one, and everything that we'll probably talk about today will refer back to step number one at one point, which is why it's step number one. But you have to be able to set goals. I know in school they talked a lot about goal setting and how to set proper goals, and when I was in junior high and high school, I didn't get it. I thought it was so stupid. I didn't understand the point of goal setting. I didn't actually do it, nor did I actually really apply myself that much in high school. So now that I'm older, I do understand the importance of goal setting and writing powerful goals, writing short-term and long-term goals, and actually writing them down, putting them in a place where you can see them so you can have kind of like a checklist of what it is that you need to do. As you check those off, it's like a little person in Candyland. You're literally moving squares closer to your goal. You're moving squares closer to where you need to be in alignment to accept all that you are wanting to manifest. Next is gratitude, and this one is probably my biggest step. I probably preach about gratitude all the time, but gratitude is a feeling, and feelings emit a stronger vibration than thoughts do. You can think a million thoughts throughout the day and have one feeling and it'll surpass that entirely. Feeling is what sends your vibration all the way up. And when you're thankful, when you're grateful for everything that it is that you have in your life right now, it's such a powerful emotion. One thing that I do to really remind me to be thankful and really remind me to be grateful and to appreciate all that it is that I have is, as I'm doing my scripting journaling, before I do that every single night, above that I write a list of everything that I'm grateful for. I write a list, and sometimes it's the tea that I had in the mornings. It's always my cat, my boyfriend, my best friend, my family. I'm always grateful for them, my house. But sometimes it's just really little things, like the soap that I have in the bathroom because it smells nice and I like the luxury of being able to have that soap. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful to have water that's cold. I'm really grateful to have clean water. I'm really grateful for a lot of things. And it can be big things, it can be the normal things that people are grateful for, it can be little things. I mean, one time I wrote I was grateful for my phone charger actually working because I went through a whole day of trying to find a phone charger that worked because my phone wasn't charging. And as stupid as it is, I was having a meltdown over it. So I went to Walmart, bought myself a new charger, got home, wrote my gratitude list, and I was like, all right, one, I'm thankful for my job to be able to pay for that new phone charger, and two, I'm grateful for this new phone charger because I would have lost my mind without it. So it's just little things. It doesn't have to be entirely serious. Just something that's entirely personal to you. And as you write this list, make sure that you feel that feeling of gratitude because that is the entire point of this. You can say, yeah, I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I'm grateful for this house. Yeah, I'm grateful for my family. But are you really grateful? Are you really experiencing that gratitude? No. So you have to actually feel that. You have to actually emit that vibration. And the universe, again, going back to the like attracts like, as you emit this attitude of gratitude, it'll send you more things to be thankful for. So keep that in mind. Next, we have visualizing. Visualizing is probably one of the hardest steps for me because I really struggle with being able to see pictures when I close my eyes. I also have a little bit of ADHD, so it's really hard for me to keep myself calm enough and A, not fall asleep, but B, not get up and go do something. But visualizing does the exact same thing as scripting. It brings it right into the present tense for you. You're literally envisioning yourself in this situation that you want so badly, in this situation that you've been working for. You're picturing yourself right in the middle of everything that you've wanted. And that also creates those feelings of, I already have this. And then the universe is going to be sending it to you. As you picture yourself in it, you have to be present. You're in the present tense. It's also going along as acting as if, again, talking in the present tense, talking like you already have it, acting like the person you would be if you already had this, raising your vibration and feeling the way that you would be feeling if you already had this. And lastly is just letting it go. After you go through all these processes, and there's no timeline to the process, you'll feel the flow as you kind of go through it. You'll feel things click once you feel like you've completed a step. And I'll go through in separate videos some of my manifestation tips and tricks that I use for setting intentions and applying action and setting goals and being grateful. I have a whole bunch of tips and tricks that I'll go through in different videos when I can explain them a little bit further. But the last one is going to be letting it go. If you're constantly obsessing about when it's going to come, that's you saying you don't have it, and that's you telling the universe you don't have it, and that's the universe telling you it's not going to give it to you. And you can't consistently be obsessing on how it's going to happen, because that's you saying you don't have it, that's you telling the universe you don't have it, and that's the universe telling you it's not going to give it to you. If you're consistently obsessing on it, you're focusing on the energy of lack thereof. You don't have it. So you have to just let it go. You have to release it to the universe, and you have to trust that the universe is going to reciprocate to you all the energy that you just gave back to the universe. letting go, it can be tricky for some people. I know it's definitely tricky for me because I get a little bit excited. And it's not to say that you can't think about it at all, but you can't obsess on it. You can still visualize, you can still meditate on it, you can still script about it, you can still be grateful, you can still talk in the present, but don't obsess on the fact that it's not here yet, you don't know when it's coming, you don't know how it's gonna get there, because it's not your job, it doesn't matter to you. You're not the one doing it, it's the universe that's giving it to you, it's a gift. When you know somebody's gonna give you a gift, like when your birthday's coming up or Christmas, you can't be like, so how are you gonna buy my presents this year? Or when are you gonna buy my presents this year? Or where are you getting the money to buy my presents this year? You don't do that. You wait patiently, they come as they come, and you accept them graciously. After you let it go, that's when the manifestations start to happen. Once they happen, and this is the key step for me, this is the one that I really like to reiterate because not very many people talk about it. Thank the universe. It's just like receiving a gift from a friend. You have to say thank you. You have to be grateful. Otherwise, who's gonna buy you a gift if you're ungrateful? You know? You have to have a relationship with this universe like you would with just somebody else. You have to have decent respect for the universe and all that it does for you, because it's doing a lot for you. It's giving you these opportunities. It's putting these opportunities in your path for you to receive everything that it is that you want with your life. So say thank you, be gracious, and again, emit that same feeling of gratitude that we talked about a couple steps back, and it will just be a continuous flow. As you thank the universe will give you more to be thankful for. And it just continues in harmony. It can be something as little as saying, I'm gonna get a free coffee today, which is something that they represent in The Secret. Or another one that they talk about is stoplights. A trick that you can do is you can convince yourself as you're driving down the road, instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna hit this stoplight too, and then I'm gonna hit the next stoplight, and then I'm gonna hit the next stoplight, and oh my god, I've hit every single stoplight on the way to where I'm going. That's negative emotion. And you saying that is you just attracting the lights to turn red. Now if you're driving down the road and you hit a stoplight, you're like, all right, the next one's gonna be green, and the next stoplight's gonna be green, and I'm gonna make it to where I'm going with extra amount of time. As you think that, and as you believe that, and as you feel that, it's something so small, it manifests quickly. The larger things that you're trying to manifest obviously take more time. There's also a delayed reaction with the law of attraction, because humans are sporadic, our minds are all over the place. You were to just have one of those baby hungry moments where you're like, oh, I kind of want a baby. Poof, baby? No. I would be so unhappy. So there is a little bit of a lag time, and that is for our benefit. I just want to say, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys and everything that you do in supporting me. Everybody that's watching, everybody that's subscribed, everybody that's liked, I'm so thankful for you guys, for helping my dreams to come true. I'll be posting more content here shortly, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.